Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game here, being joined by the former UFC lightweight champion, Mr. Anthony Pettis. First off, happy birthday to your beautiful fiancée, Lizette. She's there in the background.
Thank you, yeah. I feel bad because it's her birthday and I'm over here doing interviews, cutting weight, so we're going to celebrate after this week.
Yes, and celebrating your upcoming birthday as well.
Yes, 33 years old. I made my professional debut at 20 years old. This is my 13th. It was my 13 years as pro.
Hey, I was going to bring that up later, but which I will. I saw on your Instagram that you were at the swim pool today. Were you able to get a few laps in?
Yeah, I do. I swam. What did I do today? Oh, yeah, she actually did the workout with me. We did a little treadmill workout, bike workout, and some laps just to get the sweat going before the actual practice.
Yeah, and it always helps to wake you up after jumping in the pool. But you are moving back down to lightweight. I know that you said you enjoyed the process of not having to cut weight for those welterweight fights. What made you want to go back down?
Because I gave myself the time. I knew that something was different when I was cutting out. I think it was Ferguson camp, and I'm like, yo, something's different on these weight cuts. It's hurting way more than it's supposed to. And after that fight, I made the decision. I need to either take some time off or go up higher and keep fighting. And if I felt like if I would have taken some time off, if I would have took this whole year off to like give my body a rest, I probably wouldn't be at the level where I'm at right now mentally. So I just wanted to challenge myself. So I had the decision, take a year off or move up to a weight class. And then Wonder Boy was sitting there. That was always something I always wanted to fight that guy. And, I called him out, it worked out, and that's why 170 happened.
But did you feel good at that weight class?
Oh yeah, I had no weight cut. So I was telling people earlier, when I went down to fight Max Holloway at 145 pounds, I ballooned up to almost 200 pounds, or plus 200 pounds. And it wasn't like I was eating less, eating worse, or working out less. It was my body was just holding on to everything. Yeah. It just held on to everything. So getting back to 55 was getting harder and harder and harder. And I'm like, okay, I just got to either take some time off or I need to move up a weight class. And that was the decision.
Looking healthy, looking happy. But looking at your last fight against Nate, I know you told ESPN that you are in the process of suing USADA because of what happened. How is your hand healing?
Yeah, my hand is healing fine. I mean, it was after the fight I broke my foot, so the hand was second to the foot. Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about what happened in the actual event. Me and USADA are dealing with that. There's attorneys happening with that. But what I learned from that is fighting is very mental, and if you're mentally compromised at all, it's not the place for you to make that decision. Because as an athlete, as a fighter, I put my body through 8 weeks of a training camp. I'm not going to say no. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, I understand how much fighting is. It's a real mental sport.
Well, with that being said, do you think that if that did not happen to your hand, that the outcome of that fight would have been very different?
Nah, I'm not going to sit here and say that ever. I'm not making excuses. That's why I never even went public with this stuff. I want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anybody else.
Would you have stayed at welterweight if you beat Nate?
No. Nate was a name that was thrown at me because he's a big name, because I fought in March. I wanted to fight in July, and then they were like, well, if you want to wait to fight Nate in August, I'm like, dang, okay, that kind of ends my year, but fine, it's a big name. I've always wanted to fight him, but we had our differences. We had it out in the cage, and that's what I love about this sport. Now it's squash.
Like you just mentioned in the beginning, circling back to being in this sport, making your pro debut nearly 13 years ago. Congratulations. What's your key to this longevity of being so successful for so long?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think when you're in the trenches, you never look back at your career. You can't look back because you're always looking forward. And looking back, taking a glimpse right now, it was her birthday, and I was like, man, I'm about to be 33, and I turned pro when I was 20. It's a long career, and I've accomplished so much. I've WC, UFC, big cards. And then when you sit back and look at it, you're just like, my life's amazing. I'm grateful to be where I'm at.
What would you tell your younger self?
Be patient. Be patient. I think if I could speak to any versions of myself, it would be when I won the belt. That's when I think I made a lot of mistakes just outside of the octagon, and it took away from my performances.
So you would tell your champion self to be patient as well?
Yeah, I would have a way different talk from the champion version of myself. It's weird, man. I was a kid from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, didn't have any money, and then I won the belt, and everybody had mics in my face. I had money. I had, I wasn't with my fiance at the time, so it was like I was lost. And I made some mistakes, and I learned from them.
Yes, and always learning and moving ahead. Lastly, your last fight down at 155 was against Tony Ferguson. He's fighting Khabib. How do you see that fight playing out?
I think that fight needs to happen already. Yeah, I want to get on that card too. That's a great card. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I think Tony has a style that's just out of the box. I fought him like his elbows. He's durable. I mean, I hit him with a big right hand. I broke my hand on his head, and he's just one of them guys that just finds a way to get it done. He's weird. So we know what Khabib's bringing to the table. Tony's all over the place. So let's see how it plays out.